So now I'm so used to shaving it down to 60 seconds that I'm told I have 3 minutes, and I don't know what to say. So I basically want to start out by saying this. I would not say I became a Beachbody coach. Throughout this entire journey, which I started my journey with the coaching network in November 2009, I would say I became Christia Horde and discovered my potential, my full potential, and my purpose in life with the help of the most tremendous company to back me up. And that's through joining this coaching network that I have used it as that vehicle to drive me to do the things that I could only dream of doing, the things that I forgot how to dream to do. It helped me rediscover who I am. And to tell you a little bit about my background, I've always been in corporate America, working management positions, being, from working at the American Airlines at O'Hare to, managing retail companies to working in the real estate industry, working in broadcast at a radio station. I've done so many things, and then it kind of all came to a point where I said, I'm going to change all that because my husband and I decided to have children. And I gave all that up because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And it was so important to me because I was born in the Philippines and came here when I was 9 months old and didn't have the benefit of having my parents around to raise me. And I was bounced from daycare to daycare. And I didn't have that bond, and I didn't have that sense of identity because I was learning a new culture while being raised in a different culture in America. And I struggled with that my whole life. And then I got to a point where I said, okay, well, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. Now what's that? My point is, I went through so many identity crises in my life, and to make a long story short, in my first pregnancy, I gained 70 plus pounds because Portillo's became my home. And after I had my daughter, I was so into the whole mommy thing that I didn't care what I looked like. I didn't care how much weight I gained until the point where I said, I'm really getting tired of the whole maternity wardrobe, and I need to make a change in my life. But how do I do that, and where do I begin? And so I started to take aerobics classes, and due to financial strains, because we were on one income, and as many of you have experienced job loss, once that one income becomes zero income, you have to make ends meet, and you have to do what you can possibly do. So I started teaching, and that, of course, if there are any instructors in the room, you don't make a whole lot teaching, but for me, there was a certain amount of joy that I gained in teaching aerobics, and I've been doing that for 10 years, and that was to share a common goal with other people, a common interest that I wanted to better myself. And when I saw that through other people's eyes that were in that room with me, I said, there was a spark that I said, I wish there was something more that I could do for the people that I have for 1 hour an entire week, if they even show up. I wish there was something I can offer to them beyond just that 1 hour. Some kind of sense of motivation, some sense of direction. And I'm not just talking nutrition, and I'm not just talking about fitness, but I'm talking about finding that why with that individual and find the root of the problem of why it is that you want to make that change. Do you want to lose that 10 pounds to feel better? Because if that's the reason, you're not going to be satisfied. There's a deeper rooted issue, and that's you discovering who you are from the inside out. And I have to say that this has been the most tremendous experience for me because it's allowed me to discover myself. And then just the Success Club, you hear them say it over and over again, but I got to tell you, from January of 2010, that was my very first game plan event. I had achieved Success Club month after month, and you wonder, that's such a big goal that I can't achieve it, and it's basically incorporating these daily steps that if you do it enough times, it becomes natural to come up to somebody and say, hi, what's your name? And that develops into something more beautiful, and before you know it, you're on a cruise, or you're at the Body Gospel Launch in Georgia, or you're in Chicago for the Turbo Fire Launch, and you start developing these friendships that will last a lifetime. That's the most beautiful thing. I enjoy it. I thank you for having me up here today. I love where I am, and I look forward to seeing you at the next game plan.